Today marks 2 months since the tragic stabbing of Iryna Zarutska on Charlotte's light rail. Right now, Republican leaders are holding a joint press conference to demand more accountability on what they are calling a public safety crisis. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane now live in Uptown outside the Government Center to explain what changes that they are hoping to see. Richard.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ben. Good afternoon, everyone. Basically, this news conference just wrapped up a little bit ago. I'm standing by a table that was set up earlier. This is just 4 of the faces of folks who've been taken by violent crime in our community. Mementos to remind folks of who they are. Everyone from, you saw the one that just fell over, the wind is blowing a little bit, but I want you to see. From Jace to Iryna and all the others here who fell victim to violence in our community. And the leadership here today, the Republican leadership, say that this is a time that we don't need to have partisan politics. We just need to have an answer to a solution to this crime. Now, as we take a look at video, the Republican leaders gathered outside the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Government Center this morning to mark what is a solemn 60-day milestone. 2 months since the brutal murder of 23-year-old Iryna Zarutska on the city's light rail, that blue line. The news conference organized by Mecklenburg County, the 12th District Republican parties, quickly became a rallying cry against what they call a severe public safety crisis here in Charlotte. GOP leaders spoke and did not mince words, placing blame for the city's violent crime squarely on what they described as soft on crime policies from Charlotte's leadership and what they say is a city's revolving door justice system in failing to protect its citizens. Leaders demanded immediate accountability from city officials to make Charlotte a safer place to live, work, and enjoy, acknowledging by working together. Take a listen.
But I think if there's anything that we've learned in this tragedy, that we know that public safety is and always will be our #1 priority. So I hope that Democrats and Republicans, particularly my colleagues on the City Council, can come together after this election to begin to address the very serious situations that we have seen develop since this murder. In the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, public safety does not need to be partisan. We need to be focusing on fixing problems and finding solutions.
And now again, Edwin Peacock, who is also running for city council at large on the Republican ticket. They want to remind everyone that these are just 4 faces of the violence, or folks who are victims of violence, and their families are still dealing with that. They say something needs to be done, and they did point to the upcoming elections as a time when, if people want to, they can make that change. We're right here in Uptown. This is Richard Devane. Send it back to you.